everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope everyone has an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. I will keep it short. On this channel you will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs. So if you like this content and you like what you see, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. So enough talking, let's jump into our new inspiration for today. And for today's inspiration we need of course our tumbling tile blocks, but someone did a request if we could use a DIY for the smaller blocks. So I'm going to do on this channel, I'm going to do a DIY with the smaller blocks. So I hope you take out your tumbling tile blocks to enjoy me. Of course you need some paint at your choice. I have here my wood glue, but you can also use some hot glue. Of course I have here my little container with my cutter, my markers, my brushes, my scissors and some wire. This is always something I've on my side, so everything is fit together, so it's very easy to have on hand. And these are a little bit of the main pieces we need for this DIY. We are going to make a nutcracker on a stand. Of course you can place it in your tray, you can place it anywhere in your decor. Of course I made nutcrackers earlier in the season, already a couple of months ago, and of course I'm going to give it another try. This one I hope it will be better and a little bit different, so we will see how this will turn out. So first what we're going to do is we're going to make the stand for our nutcracker, and we are going to do 4 pieces of 3. So we do very easy, just take the flat side, do a little bit of glue, place one up, and we do a little bit of glue again. So this is already number 1. We're going to do number 2, and this one up top of each other, and you already have again another one. We're going to do the same, 1, number 2, and place them on top of each other. And the last, because we need 4 sides, this is 1, and again the last one. We're going to place them on top of each other, place them down. Of course if you like to use a metal hook, it's also fine. I have it in my stash, but I'm not going to use it, so I always do it on my own feeling. So but of course if you want to use it and you like using it, go ahead, it's fine, everything will work this way. And the last one, make sure squeeze them, and we're going to let them rest for a couple of minutes. And if you have glue coming out, take an old piece of kitchen towel, make it wet, and of course wipe away the glue you don't need, and make your surface clean this way. So we're going to let this rest for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, while these are resting, we are going to get again 3 and again another 3. We are going to do the same. We're going to do some glue over here. It's already a little bit too much, and this way, and we're going to do it over here. Place it on top, we go with this, and again we're going to place them on top of here, place it on the side, squeeze it again, the same like we did with the first 4, and again this way. And now we're going to do some glue on top, and we're going to place this one over here, and make sure that you have a nice straight line, and we'll place it on the side. And again, make this clean, and we're going to do it another 3, and again 3 blocks. So a little line, and on top of each other. Here 1, and number 2, and of course this one. Again, place them on the side, squeeze it, and again squeeze it, give it a little bit of glue on the side. And we're going to place this one also on top of each other, and make a nice straight line again. And you also can place them this way if you want to see what you're doing. You also can do it this way, like this, and squeeze it, and make sure that you have a flat surface. We're going to let this dry also. So we let them dry in. You see already this 6 of them. We're going to do a little bit of glue, little bit, little bit of glue. It's Dutch for beginners. It's English for beginners from a Dutch lady. So I'm going to squeeze it on top of each other, and you also can place them down and make sure that you have a straight line like this. And we're going to let this dry in also a couple of minutes. So we have our 4 pieces and we have our middle piece. What we're going to do, we are going to make on all sides of them, we are going to make one of the 4 blocks on top of here. So very easy. Do a little bit of glue on the tops over here, and on this one on the tops, and of course on this side you need one, and on this side, and some glue. And now you're going to place it against each other this way, and we're going to do it over here, and this one will be over here. And of course we are going to give it a little bit of pressure like this, and of course on this side the same, and make sure that you have it in the middle. And we're going to let this dry in. So the first part of our stand is drying. We are going to make a little kind of a table plateau, how you call it, on top, where our Nutcracker can stand on. So we are going to take 5 blocks. We are doing a little bit of glue on the side, and number 2, number 3, number 4, and the last number 5 will be the closure up again. Squeeze it together in one straight line. Get another 5 blocks like this, and do the same, a little on the side, on this side, and on number 3 and number 4, and again squeeze them together and make sure that you have a nice straight line, and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while these 2 are drying a little bit in, we are going to make 4 pieces of 2. So very easy. You just do a little bit of glue on the tops, a little dot, and place them against each other. You do over here a little drop, and again also over here number 3 and number 4, and again place them together, squeeze it, squeeze them, and squeeze it, and also number 4. And we're going to give it a little bit of rest, also the same like we did with the 2 over here. And this is already done, and we are going to give it a couple of minutes. So we are going to take the 2 pieces of 5, and we are going to do some glue on the side and this way, and we're going to place both of them to each other like this. And again, I sound like a record. We're going to let this rest also a couple of minutes again. So now we're going to take one of the pieces of 2, and we're going to do a straight line of glue on the underside. So very easy, just this way. And I'm going to place it over here against the little plate we have with 2 pieces of 5. Just place them over here. We're going to do here the same, a little bit of glue on the underside over here, give it a little bit of glue, and we're going to place them next against up over the other one. So this way. So now you have on 2 sides, you have already the pieces of 2. And what we're going to do with this one, we are going to do also a little line on the side, and we're going to do on the underside over here, and a little on top, and we're going to place it over here and place it against each other, and this way. And we're going to do here the same, a little drop over here, and we're going to do on the underside, and a little drop over here. So it will look like this. We're going to turn it over, and we're going to place it on this side, and again give it a little bit of pressure under, And we're going to let this rest also. So now we're going to turn over the little table we made. We do it over here. We do some glue in the middle of our stand this way. And we're going to place it upside down, and we're going to place it in the middle. And of course we give it a little bit of pressure. And we're going to look for if we have it really in the middle like this. Over here. And I think we are having it in the middle, because or else our stand is not really happy if he, if he needs to stand up. So we must be sure that everything is in the middle. So are we going to let this dry in also? So in the meantime, our little stand or table is just drying. We are going to make again 3 blocks like this. So very easy. Just do it a little glue on the side, a little bit more, and of course over here. And we are going to roll them together this way. This is 1 of 3. Again, squeeze it. Make sure and press it down. This is already number 1. We are going to make another one. And again, squeeze them, press them down. And this is already a number 2. We are going for a number 3. And again, squeeze it, press it down. And this is, oh, you see already, number 3 is already sticking on my table in the glue. We are going to go for number 4. Like this. And already, again, squeeze it, press it together this way. And we're going to go for number 5. And a little glue. And again, squeeze it and let it dry in a couple of minutes, all 5 of them. So we did let all 5 of them dry in. We are going to do very easy. Just to do some glue over here. We place one on top of the other. We do some glue over here again. We place this one on top of the other. And we're doing some glue again. And we place this one. And now we're going to do this one the same. And now we have a bundle of 5 on top of each other. And this way. And make sure that you get a nice square block like this. And make sure, feel with your fingers that you have a nice straight line. Like this, and make sure that all the blocks are down and flat. So again, this is already number 1 of the first piece of our nutcracker. And here you see how first 1 block is turned out very easy. You see 15 little blocks together, and it makes a nice square. We are going to do again 3 blocks like this. And of course, I'm going to do a little faster. Don't worry that you have to see 5 times the same blocks. So this is already a number 2 of digger. And of course, after this one, it will go much faster. You see already, we have our 5 blocks of 15 like this. And we're going to let this dry also. We are going to make now 3 blocks. And again, we are going to do on the flat side, we do a little bit of glue. We do on this one a little bit of glue. And this one will be on top. Place it on the side, make a nice straight line. Give it a little bit of pressure. Wipe away the glue you don't need, like this. And be sure that you have a straight line. We make a second one because this will be the arms. And I'm going to do in the middle over here. And this one on top of here. And this one over here. Place it on the side, squeeze it. And we're going to give it a little minute of rest. So I give it a couple of minutes. And what I'm going to do, I take 1 of the blocks. I'm going to do some glue on the side of the arms, but I showed you a little bit closer and this way, like this. So here are the 3. I'm doing the glue over here and I'm gluing exactly in the middle on the middle 3 blocks there are. So just squeeze it. And we're going to do here the same on the 3 sides of the blocks. Oh, you see way over here. I already spilling some glue. I'm going to glue it over here and I will wipe away the glue from the front like this. And I'm going to let this dry for a couple of minutes again. So this is how he's looking like. This will be the, I have to look for this way. You like this. This is the top and this is the side. So this is already one piece. Now we're going to do 2 blocks on top of each other. The same, only a little glue and place them on top of each other. We are going to let this dry in, and if it is dried in, I'm going to cut it exactly in half with my jigsaw. Of course, you could also use a handsaw because it's only a little block, so you don't need to cut a lot of pieces. So just a simple 2 block, and just we're going to cut this one in half because it will be his boots. So my block is dried in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my ruler and I'm going to measure out exactly the half of my block, and this is almost, yeah, you can say 5, so it is 2.5 like this. And I'm going to do the other side the same again, 2.5 over here, and then I'm going to measure them out and both of them, and then I'm going to make my line over here. And now I can really cut it in half with my jigsaw. And if you have questions about my jigsaw, of course, I did buy my jigsaw with Lidl, how you call it. You can find it in any country. For me, I paid 49 euros. It's similar like dollars. But of course, when I looked the last time, it was much cheaper, and I think it was 29 if I'm correctly. So go ahead. It is such an easy jigsaw to use, especially for us ladies. So of course, we can also use a big jigsaw. There's nothing wrong with the big one, but also he is very nice to handle. So I'm going to cut this off and I'm going to glue them on one of the blocks. So, and you see I did cut up both of them in the half, and now I'm going to get one of the blocks and I'm going to glue them one over here and one over here like this. So very easy, just do some wood glue on the ending and just place it against each other this way. And we're going to do here the same. Again, some glue in the middle. And very easy, place it on this side, on the ending. So we're going to let this dry in. So you see already, here are all the blocks we need. The one with the feet, the one with the arms, and of course 3 loose blocks like this. What we're going to do, of course, I'm not really totally satisfied about this one because I want to have his little, we call it a stuff next to the Nutcracker. You will see what I mean in a moment. I did forget to look it up how you call the thing he's holding in his hand, but you will see in a moment. What I'm going to do, very easy, just glue 2 blocks together again, the same like we did with the feet, and we're going to make a nice straight line, squeeze it, let it dry, and going to cut this in half with our saw, the same like we did here, because we're going to make the hands a little bit longer. So here you see, this is the part, the body we are going to use for the middle piece of our Nutcracker with his arms. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the half blocks we have here, and I have here 2 simple loose beads. I'm going to glue one of the beads, of course, on this side, on the top. So here you have the double up, and I'm going to glue this over here. So a very little drop of glue over here in the middle, and I'm going to place my bead on top of here. I just go turning it around a little like this, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure this way. And this one will be, of course, on this side, and we will glue this on the underside like this. So we do some glue under here. Of course, this one has to, and I'm going to do this one on here. And I'm going to place my bead. Of course, again, go around it and make sure that you have it in the middle like this. And we're going to let this dry also. I show you in a minute what I mean. So I let them dry in for a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do, the first one, which you glued on the top of the block, I'm going to do some glue. I have to think about, yeah, I do it right. that I'm just doing. And I'm going to glue this one. Of course, I have to be sure that I have it on the straight. You place it on the underside over here, this way. And I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure. I'm going to place it this way down. And now I'm going to squeeze. And I'm going to remove the glue we don't need. Of course, I make sure that I have a flat side. You see, this is what I mean. You just, this is the top and you are going to glue it this way. And we're going to glue this one on the underside. You have the ball and he is not on the top, he is on the front of the two pieces. I'm going to turn it over and you see already I messed with my black. I just lay my piece inside of the black paint. It's not always good. So I'm going to glue this one on the underside, but I have to look that I glue it right. Of course, I have to look. This one is over here, so I have to make sure that I have it this way. Of course, I am really struggling right now. You will think, what's she doing? What's she doing? Of course, I have to, this is the front and I'm going to glue this one in the middle over here, this way. Of course, I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to glue it in the middle. This is really something I did break my head over. So again, like this. And I'm going to glue this in. So you did one on the front and you do one on the top. So I showed you a little bit better. You see already, this is the front. So you get a one on the front side with the bead. And you get one on the underside with the bead on under it. So it's very easy. And now it will stand this way. This way it will look. So I hope I explained it right. Please let me know if you have question, if you don't get it the way I have it in my head. We are going to let this dry. And we're going to make the stuff. I call it a stuff. He has a holding in his hand. So I looked it up. Stuff is also means in English staff, if I am correctly. So what he's holding in his hand, at least I still hope I say it right. You just take 3 blocks and you are going to cut them exactly in half in the length. Like this way also. Do 2 or 3. I have most of the time, I have always a little bag with halves over here. So if you are maybe have some little time, just cut a couple of them in half and then you already have a couple of them when you make more DIYs. So I have already 3 in half and I'm going to glue them together this way. Very easy. Find a nice piece because it's very difficult to do it with a jigsaw. I always do, but sometimes a handsaw it even works better. At least a little handsaw of a figure saw maybe you also can use. I'm going to glue them together. Of course, I'm going to look for which is fitting the best. I think this one. Oh, you see already, my glue was already stuck on my table. Like this, it's always a chaos over here. And this is one. And I'm going to do some glue on this one. And I'm going to place them together this way. And we're going to let them dry in for at least a half hour. Because later he gets on top also a bead. So I have here a little wooden slice. You also can use a little a cardboard piece and just make a nice round out of it. And I'm always having this kind of wooden pieces. You can find them in each store. You can this one is from the falls. It has to be a mushroom. And I'm going to glue this on top of this wooden slice. So you also, like I said, you can cut a piece of cardboard or maybe something else, but these are just little wooden slices. And I'm going to do some glue on the underside this way. And I'm going to place it in the middle over here. Make sure that you have a nice in the middle this way. And I'm going to let this dry in Also because this will be the top of our staff. And of course, I'm going to give it a time too. So we are ready to paint. If everything is correctly, you have a stand like this. You have one with half blocks feet on it. You have a top of the body with this a kind of shape, which will be his hands and his arms and his top. And of course we have 3 loose blocks, which are just square blocks. You have 3 half blocks together for a staff, and you have a top like this. If everything is correctly, you have all this, and then we're going to paint. I'm going to give this a little bit of the brown, little bit of the brown color. I'm going to get this, of course, in the black. I'm going to this one too in the white. This one will be also in the black because it will be his head, and this one will be in the dark blue. But choose any color you like. You are having your own home and you can choose any color you like. And this one will be white and the top will be gold with my gold marker. And I'm going to go do some gold lines later on top of here. So these are the pieces, but I'm going to start with my stand. So like I said, I'm going to use the brown color. And if you look inside, it looks really bad. But it is already very old, but he is such a nice color. And you see, I'm just going to give it this color. It's not really totally dark brown. I don't know how you call it in English. Here we call it leverkleur, but I don't know how you call it in English. But I'm going to do this one in this color. So the stand is brown. Of course, he colors up when he dries a little bit different. So he gets a nice color. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the one with the feet, and I'm going to get one loose block like this. And we are going to paint this too in the black color. And I'm going to use the schoolboard paint, but you can do, of course, any color you like. So I'm going to take my time for it very carefully. I'm going to go all sides. And I'm going to give it a nice black color because this will be his head and his feet. So the next pieces I will do white creamy color because I'm not having sparkling white. For me it's a little bit off-white. I think my color combination fits a little bit better with each other if I am using this color. But of course if you want to use bright white, it's also fine too. But I'm going to do this too, and the staff I'm going to do in this color. So very easy. Just go lightly over it because this one doesn't need to have a lot of paint. So we are going to do this very light. And what I almost did forget is, of course, we are going to get the top of our nutcracker, and I'm going to get a pencil, a smaller pencil, and I'm going to do the 2 beads in the same color, just the little bit of the cream color. So very easy, just do it with a simple small brush and try only to do the bead. And later we also need this small pencil for doing the blue around it, but take your time for it. And that's always the best thing, just take your time for it. So now the last part is of course the rest of his uniform, and that will be, for me at least, in the dark blue. I don't know if I regret it, we will see, we will see. But of course I'm going to give it a blue color, but you can do or maybe red or maybe green, or you can do the trousers green. Just do whatever you think is right. I'm going to do it in the black color, in the blue color. I'm only a little bit debating if I like a little point over here just to give it a white color, because maybe it looks a little bit that he has a blouse, and this he has his blues under it. So I don't know how you call it. Just mind my English. Don't mind my English. Of course, I'm going to, I don't know if I'm still debating. I think I'm just going to do it in the blue. So I'm going to take a little bit of the blue paint and I'm going to give it a nice blue color. This is really a dark blue color. So I'm going to take my time for it to paint everything in the blue. I have all my pieces painted. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the again the arms and the top of his body, and I'm going to get my black scuba paint again, and I'm going to paint a little piece of the blue over here. I'm going to paint black, and also on the back side only a little piece. I show it to you. It's better that I show it to you because it will be a belt, and a belt I will have in the middle from the trousers until the top. So you just do very easy a simple line of black over here, and it's almost, because I used a dark blue, you almost don't see it. So I hope you can on the underside, and I'm going to do also on the front, but first I'm going to do the back side, and I'm going to let this dry in. This will be for the belt, and of course also for the top we are going to do the same. So in the meantime, while this is drying, of course I have still my knob, and I'm going to get my gold marker, and I'm going to color it in the gold color, so like this. So I'm going to do the whole piece. Of course this takes a little moment, so don't worry, I won't let you wait that long. So I'm going to color this one in. So now I have this in the gold color, and now I'm going to get the staff, and I'm going to make a very simple line with my gold marker, and I'm going to go up and try to make a swirling, I hope I say it right, a swirling rounding around our staff. So just go this way, and I'm going to go this way, and we go up this way, and this, and we're going to go turn and turn and turn up, and I hope I do it right, or else I have to color the whole piece again. So, so we will see how this will turn out. And I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go all on to the top. So I have my stripes on here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on top, and I'm going to glue this on top of here. So very easy. I'm just take this wood glue and a little dot on top, a little bit more, or else he falls off, and I'm going to place it in the middle, very easy, over here, and I'm going to keep it in place for a couple of seconds. So my staff is drying right now. Now I'm going to get the piece which will be his boots. Of course, I'm going to make 4 dots on this side. I'm going to make them already, then I show it to you in a moment. And of course over here. And my marker is really letting me down right now, because he has problems of getting it on top of here. This is 1, this is number 2, and 1 over here, and 1 over here. And you see, this is very easy, just 4 pieces, and I'm going to do on the other side the same. I'm going to do 1 over here, I'm going to do 1 over here, and a little bit bigger, and this will be the openings of your shoes where you do your, here in the net we call fades. I think you call them, it slipped my mind, but I tell it to you in a moment. You see, this is what I mean, 4 pieces, and now we're also going to do 4 on the top of this one. So I'm going to do 1 over here, 1 over here, and a little bit over here and here. I show it to you in a moment, don't worry. And this is 1, and this is 1. We're going to do 1 over here and 1 over here. So you see, this is already the first of the boots. Now I have my dots, and now I'm going to make a little cross, and a very light cross from one dot to the other one, like this. You see already one, and I'm going to do very lightly to this one, and very lightly, I almost don't touch it. And I'm going to do on this side also the same, a very light dot of stripe. And you call it laces, is everything is correct. We call it veters, so it's a much different word. So this is what you get, like this. This is already his feet. Now we are going to do, of course, we need to make a belt. Of course, we did the black on top of our little coat of our Nutcracker. And of course, we also need to get one of the white pieces. And we are going to get also the black schoolboard paint. And we're going to do a little line also around. And I do it just with my, I don't measure it out. I just do whatever I think is a nice size of a belt, but you can also do 1 centimeter or something else. Do whatever you think is right. But later I will go over with a gold marker and you don't see the lines anymore. So I'm going to go all around. So now I'm going to get this piece again. I'm going to get my gold marker and I'm going to make a very simple line over here. And of course I do it on the back side. So very carefully, I have to look for where I want to have it. And of course you also can do a straight line. I'm just doing it this way, but of course you can use a ruler. So this is what I mean. I already have the first line. I'm going to do the back side also. See, I have the lines over here and on the back side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place it this way. So I have it on the front. I'm going to do 6 little dots on each side. You have 3 blocks. If you look on the flat side, you have 3 blocks over here. And I'm going to do in the middle, I'm going to do 3 on this side of the middle and 3 on this side. A little dots over here. So this will be 1 and a number 2 and a number 3. I'm going to do this side the same, and over here and over here. So I hope you can see it. Of course you see it this way. And I'm going to do the same like I did with the shoes. I'm going to make little crosses over it. But first I'm going to make the dots a little bit more, that you see them a little bit better. So I'm going to take my time for it. And of course I'm going to make the cross lines over here and on this one. So very lightly we do just a little cross and we do a little over here. And we're going to do a little over this one and on this one. So very, you see, now he has 2 crosses on his front of his jacket. Now we're going to take the block. We did a little line with some black, and I did the black a little bit more to the inside also, because if you glue it together and there is a little opening, maybe because one block is a little bit smaller, then you don't see the white coming through. So that's why I always do a little piece over the line. And now I'm going to get my marker, and again I'm going to make a straight line, so the lines will be very nicely coming together this way over here. And I'm going to go all around. This is already number 1, so I'm going to do all 4 sides. So now we have the gold marker on this one, and we have the gold on this one. And now we're going to do some glue in between, and we're going to glue these 2 pieces together already. So very easy, just get your wood glue and make a nice round in the middle over here. And we're going to place this one on top. Very easy. And just make sure that you have a straight line. And of course I have to look also on this side. And squeeze it and make the shape you want. And we're going to let this dry in. So now I also have glued these 2 parts together, and now I'm going to get his feet, and I'm going to do some glue also on here in the middle, like this. And I'm going to place this one also on top of this one. And so we slowly are gluing all the parts together. And very easy, fill with your fingers that you have it in a nice straight line. And we're going to let this dry in also. Now we're going to go further with his head. So we already have 3 parts glued together. We are going to now take the black part. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go very easy like this. I'm going to make, this is the width is 3 blocks on the front, 1, 2, 3, because you glue it with the 3 on the top, on the front. So I'm going to go for, until the middle one, I'm going to go for this line a little bit sideways, and I'm going to go in the middle from this one until this one, and I'm going to go for this one over here until this one. So very easy, but you can do any thing on top of his head. If you like something else better, maybe you would like some feathers, you like some fur, do whatever you think is right. I like this, but it's not something you have to do. And I'm going to do also the side. I'm going to do the same. I have to measure out a little bit where I will have the middle. So I'm going to go all sides around. So this is how I made him. Of course, you can do what I did on the front, also 3 dots, and also on the back side. I'm going to try to make his face. And for me, that is really a challenge because like a lot of you who are here for a long time, I'm not a face maker. So I'm going to do a little mustache and of course some eyes, and I will see how it turned out. Maybe I have to paint everything over again. So we will see how this will look like. So I placed you a little bit closer. This is a little bit the moustache I'm going to make. Like I said, you have to paint your own. I can help you with painting your face because it's for me already a challenge to do. So I'm going to go with some black marker around it and I'm going to paint it in, and then I'm going to try to get the eyebrows. So we will see how this will turn out. So you saw already, I did my best for the face. So this is how it turned out. Of course, there are people who can do much better than I do, but I am already happy with this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on the top, and I'm going to glue his head over here. This is already number 1. We're going to place this one over here, and we're going to give it some pressure like this. And of course, we're also going to do some glue on the middle of his body, and we're going to place this one, of course, on top of here. And we're going to do it exactly in the middle and this way. And we're going to let this dry. So we have the Nutcracker in each other. What we're going to do, we're still going to glue his staff on top of here. And I just do some wood glue on his hand. And I'm going to place it this way, and I'm going to glue it exactly like this against his hand over here. And you see in a moment the quick impression, because later I'm going to place it on this stand, but you see that in a moment. And here you see finally a quick impression of our Nutcracker on the stand, of course, all made from small tumbling tower blocks. Of course, I hope you took out your tumbling tower blocks too and did this DIY together with me. And you have right now your own cute little Nutcracker. And you could, of course, you can change them up any way you like. If you are here and you are not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. And of course, do you want to see more DIYs? Come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. And of course, everyone, I wish you all an amazing day and I hope to see you in our next project. Bye.